Howdy, I'm preparing a meal. I want you guys to come along. See what we can get into. What I have right here is a boneless chuck roast. It is $2 a pound. It is 6.08 pounds, and it cost me $12.16, something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and create something. It's a lot easier to do at home in the oven, or there's somebody pull it out of the boat ramp. Sorry for the noise. It's not helicopters, it's boats and boat ramps and whatever. Anyway, so we're going to slide some of this over here. I'm going to, this is all on the fly, my friends, all on the fly. I gave it a brief thought, nothing too in-depth. Always get rid of the maxi pad. I learned my lesson the hard way. All right, going to pat this a little bit. All right, I'm going to throw that in my fire pit. All right, so my hands aren't the cleanest, but I'm the only one here, so it don't much matter. All right, so what we're going to do is call it a lesson learned from my mother, who's French. Let me peel a little more off of this garlic clove. Thought I had it set, but apparently I didn't. This technique, I don't see many people doing this, but if you do this, it'll really literally spice up your game. So let me, I don't care if there's a little bit of slivers on there. All goes in the same place, it comes out as, the other one. All right, so what I'm going to do is put some slits in this chuck roast right here. We're going to slice this up. Put a little sliver in the first hole. This really adds a lot of flavor to your meats. I watch a lot of videos. I've never seen anybody doing this. I'm not saying they don't do it. I just haven't seen anybody doing it. But here we are. I got plenty of garlic here already prepared, so in my opinion, you can't have too much. There's a good slice right there. I'm going to shove that in there. I'm trying to be symmetrical in where I place them apart from each other. Okay, we got another piece right here. So I see one more spot that could use a little assistance. That's kind of a big piece, but oh well. I already put some in there, but you know what? Let me try this. I know my head's down. I'm trying to focus on the main meal. So we're tightening up now. What we're going to do now is, I call it my Swa Sizzle Drizzle. A little olive oil. We're going to swoosh it around. I watched a video recently where I thought it was a really cool concept. I just didn't go that route. But I'll kind of go that route. They used sliced onions basically when they did their chuck roast as like a trivet while they're cooking it. I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will. I got a little bit of everything here, so I paid for it, might as well use it. So I've got some squash, zucchini. We're going to throw that in there. They're all different dimensions, how they're sliced. But I do like this, and This will definitely soften up. What I'm going to do is, that's good enough for that right now. Let's go in with a little bit of zucchini. That's going to act, you know, as the other half of our trivet. I was tussling with some cooking stuff that had carbon on it, so that's what that is. I rinsed it, but we're out here in primitive campground, so it's not like I have something I can just go directly to and rinse up. All right, so we've got that. Let's do this. I'm going to do I always use a splash of Holland House white cooking wine. You can use any cooking wine. I prefer the Holland House. So we got that. Now we're going to do a little bit of this. The beef broth. These always have these little pull tabs. Sometimes they squirt on you. So I'm going to try not to make a fool of myself. Oh, this one, I guess did not. Could be dangerous, folks. That's beef broth right there. I don't know the exact amount. I never do. But what we are going to do here is, I still have some of these cocktail onions. I own them, so I might as well use them. They are a little bit on the spicy side. They got a little bit of bite to them. But we're going to try and make it happen. All right, I think 3's enough because they do have a little kick like Van Damme. Kicking like Van Damme. So I've already used this. I've already rinsed some sliced mushrooms. We're throwing that in there. I love me some mushrooms, and plus they shrink up. So we're going to go that route. So we got that. We're going to go add a little pepper. Just a little bit of salt. We are going to use kosher salt on the chuck roast. Always, I like to always add some type of seafood seasoning. I have Old Bay in there. I know where it is, but I already got this one here, so we're just going to use this. Just kicks it up just a little bit of different flavor. I use this McCormick's Perfect Pinch rotisserie seasoning. I use that on everything. That stuff is so daggone good. So we're going to throw that in there too. Hold on. Oh, let me shake it a little bit. All the moisture from the van. All right. I always try to add thyme. This is kind of like a cheaper version of what I normally use, but oh, here we go. I thought I already opened this one. Apparently not. There's all kinds of seasonings you can use. You know, obviously people do different things. They have different tastes. I don't have that much room. So we're going to throw this in here. Actually, this is what we're going to do. Just had an idea. I'm going to rub in some olive oil here. Now I'm thinking of it, I could have done the both sides with the garlic. Oh, let's take a look at this. Let me just rub that in just a little bit. We got a little olive oil there. So I'm going to say this chuck roast is about 2 inches thick. And there is a formula, or you know, for cooking, like at least in the oven anyway, for you know how many minutes per pound. I have no idea what's going to happen out here on this. I'm going to throw the kosher salt on here right now. You can actually salt brine these with kosher salt. I just didn't have a whole lot of time. So we're just going to kind of throw it on there. Oh yeah, I just remembered something else I forgot. Let me bring that over here. I knew I was missing something. I always miss something or mess something up. Be right back. If you've watched any of my previous cooking videos, I do like to use the little thin snack baby carrots from Publix. I just didn't have a chance to get up there. So I'm going to try and weed through this bag, put the thinner ones in here. It's kind of like a mix. I got this where I work, and there's like a real thin one. Those get very tender, very juicy. That's a little, I'm going to throw a mix in there, but I definitely prefer the thin ones. Alrighty. This one's got a crack in it, so that's going to go pretty well. Got some thinner ones over here, right here. Alright, so that is good for right now, because I got to make room for something of a larger mass quantity. So this is going to be interesting. My friend Chris from Shade Tree America, he sent me a P38, and somebody in the Postal Service or somewhere in its travels stole it. So I still have my Fred, my field ration eating device, very similar to a P38. So that's what we're going to use today, just to show you that, you know, you don't need all this. It's not going to be a fast process, trust me. All right, we got the first cut. Give me a minute. I'm not going to use this entire can, I don't think. But these are actually pretty cool. For some reason, I just always keep one in my pocket, and it's come in handy so many times. One of the things I always lose when I'm outdoors is utensils. Obviously, can opener is always one. I probably have a dozen in the van, but we're going to go like this. You don't have to go all the way around. I'm going to drain a lot of the fluids, the liquid, I mean. Boat ramp's getting kind of active here. I apologize if there's any background noise. There is a slight possibility my friend James Emmons, who's with Florida Outdoor Sportsman, may stop by today or tomorrow. But I think we're pretty good here. I'm going to drain these liquids here. What I recommend you do, always rinse these really well, because they can develop a little bit of rust. The ones I got were, I didn't know it at the time, but I think they came from China. But all you got to do is, this one's got a tad bit of rust on there. Just soak it in vinegar water in a cup, and overnight, and you'll be good to go. She'll be good as new. So let me drain this. I'll be right back. So alrighty, so we're gonna. I probably didn't tell you what I had here. You might have been able to see it. I'm not sure how I was holding the can. This is green beans and potatoes. I'm sorry if I didn't demonstrate that well. So it looks like, okay, now we're, all the potatoes are on the bottom. Chris, Shade Tree America, remember I was griping about the price of these things? The clearance price finally got down in my range. So, so these are a little, it's got a little bit of potatoes in there. We're trying to throw those in there. But they're all the way on the bottom. I wish they had mixed that a little bit better. That's got a lot more potatoes. I've never done this outdoors. I'm not going to lie to you. In theory, it should work. It's just, I'm guessing this is probably going to take 2 or 3 hours. What else? What else? I know I'm forgetting to do something. Let me hit all this with a little more season and put a little more kosher salt on there. The one thing I did forget, I was going to get Land O'Lakes puts out this buttery garlic and herb spread, buttery soft butter type thing. I meant to get that and I forgot. So one other thing I'm going to try and do, this may be, I almost said a word, it probably wouldn't be appreciated by the masses, but I'm going to try something different. I got these things. This is like these like julienne cut potatoes. I'm going to throw them in there, see what happens. Maybe the steam, the moisture will make something happen. Be a little different. I'm just going to only do it on one side in case it's a failure. I'll probably do it a little bit over here. I am going to cover this with aluminum foil. There is a seasoning pack on here, but I think you're supposed to add milk and all that, so we're not going to worry about that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, let me think here. Let me think. I'll be right back. I got an idea. All that hard work deserves a toast. So anyway, that's basically, I'm going to throw these, I'm going to cut these garlic things in half here. I'm just going to throw them in there with the veggies. I might even do this one as a third. Cut it in thirds. Yep, that's what I did. That should add some pretty good flavor. So that's what I'm going to do. We don't have time to wait and see if, how this turns out. If I can get a decent picture, before nightfall, or if I can reconfigure the van and get some lighting out here, I'll take a picture of the final product. But that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I've got the foil. I got the foil right here. Let me show it to you right now. I do have, I'm pretty well stocked tonight for firewood. I have my, somewhere around here, my Instalight charcoal bag. I'm going to start the fire with that and then add a little bit of wood to it. The other thing I'm really worried about, as I was coming up Route 29 here in Pensacola, I passed the Florida Forestry Service, and they said the fire danger level was high. I have been monitoring this campground for 2 months. Ever since September 23rd, they had a burn ban here because this was part of the Northwest Florida Water Management District or something like that. And when I went to check for these reservations, it didn't. That warning no longer appears on the website. So that's why I came out here today. I love this spot. So there we are. That's how I'm going to keep it. Probably going to let it go. I forget how many pounds I told you that was. 6 pounds, 6.08 pounds. I think they said 15 minutes per pound. So we're it depends on the flame too. But so yeah. So I think I'm okay as far as fire. If not, we'll find out. All right. Somebody got bail money? Come look for the G money. All right. I like cooking. I'm just not going to bore you with the rest. I'll try and show you a picture of the final results. Thanks, my friends. We'll talk soon. And like we say here at the channel, always challenge your culinary abilities. That's what we do. Best to have a medic on site too with you.